The moment someone hears the words 1967 Liberty Dime, curiosity ignites instantly. A small silver coin, often ignored, often spent without a second thought, suddenly feels like it might be hiding a secret destiny. Many people believe this coin is just 10 cents, but history whispers a deeper story. This dime was born in a powerful era, a time of global tension, currency change, and silent transitions inside American money itself. When a coin comes from such a moment, it doesn't just carry metal. It carries mystery, emotion, and potential that most people never bother to explore. Now let's clear one important truth in a dramatic way. 1,967 dimes do not say liberty on the front, yet the spirit of liberty is still alive inside them. This coin features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, but the word liberty still proudly runs across the design, symbolizing freedom, strength, and survival. What makes 1967 special is not loud or obvious. It is subtle, hidden, and misunderstood, which is exactly how rare opportunities usually appear in real life. 1967 was a strange year for American coins. No mint marks were used. No D, no S, no P. This was done intentionally to stop people from hoarding coins. When governments hide details, collectors pay attention. Every 1967 dime was struck during a period of monetary pressure, when silver was disappearing from circulation. This dime is made of 90% real silver, something modern coins can never claim. That alone gives it permanent intrinsic value that can never go to zero. Here is where imagination meets reality. Most 1967 dimes are not worth millions, and anyone who promises that without conditions is lying. But, and this is the hook, some coins are not most coins. Coins with rare minting mistakes, wrong metal planchets, extreme die cracks, off-center strikes, or pristine uncirculated condition can explode in value. History proves again and again that tiny errors create massive wealth when discovered by the right eyes. Picture this. A single dime accidentally struck on the wrong metal or pressed twice or misaligned so badly it escaped quality control. That coin becomes unique. One of one. When collectors fight over uniqueness, price becomes emotional, not logical. That is how 5-figure and 6-figure auction results are born. Not magic, not luck, knowledge, timing, preservation. The danger is not that people sell these coins. The danger is that they sell them without knowing what they have. A raw 1967 silver dime sold for face value is a tragedy. A rare error sold cheaply is a lifetime regret. This is why experienced collectors never rush. They weigh, magnify, examine edges, surfaces, tone, strike, depth, and metal response. Wealth does not announce itself. It disguises itself as something ordinary. This coin also carries psychological power. People underestimate small things. A dime feels insignificant. That mindset keeps people poor, not coins. Throughout history, fortunes were made by those who saw value before others believed. Whether it's art, land, gold, or coins, the pattern is the same. The 1967 dime teaches patience, curiosity, and discipline, qualities that create millionaires, not just money. Can this coin make you rich overnight? Not by fantasy. But can it change your fortune if it turns out to be rare, authenticated, and placed in the right auction? Yes, absolutely. Coins are sold through major auction houses, private collectors, certified grading services, and serious platforms where competition drives price upward. Knowledge turns a dime into a weapon against ignorance. So if you own a 1967 silver dime, don't panic. Don't celebrate blindly, and don't listen to empty hype. Respect it, protect it, study it. Because the real power of this coin is not that it promises millions. It's that it forces you to think like a collector, not a spender. And once your mindset changes, money starts behaving differently around you. In the end, the 1967 dime is a symbol, not of instant wealth, but of hidden potential. Some people will laugh at it, some will ignore it, and a very small number will look closer, ask smarter questions, and maybe, just maybe, discover that history sometimes hides opportunity in the smallest places imaginable. The 1966 United States quarter dollar is one of those coins that looks ordinary at first glance, yet quietly carries a story that refuses to stay silent. Millions of people have held this coin in their hands without ever realizing that some versions of it have sparked rumors, dreams, and heated discussions among collectors for decades. When someone hears 1966 Liberty Quarter, their heart races, because this coin comes from a turning point in American coin history, a moment when silver disappeared, secrecy increased, and rare mistakes slipped into circulation unnoticed. In 1966, America was changing fast. Rising silver prices forced the U.S. Mint to remove silver from quarters, and the government stopped placing mint marks on coins to discourage hoarding. That single decision created confusion that still exists today. People see a 1966 quarter and wonder, is it common, or is it hiding something extraordinary? That question alone has made this coin legendary in online stories, videos, and whispered collector conversations. What most people don't realize is that the true value of a 1966 quarter does not come from the date alone. It comes from what went wrong during its creation. Coins are supposed to be perfect, but sometimes machines make mistakes, and those mistakes can transform an everyday object into something rare and powerful. Off-center strikes, double impressions, wrong metal planchets, missing layers, or unusually sharp details can turn a normal quarter into a collector's prize worth thousands, and in extreme cases, far more. Some 1966 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from earlier years. These are not myths, but documented mint errors that send shockwaves through collector world when verified. A genuine silver transitional error from 1966 is incredibly rare, and when authenticated by professionals, it can sell for astonishing amounts. This is where the overnight fortune stories begin, not from ordinary coins, but from verified anomalies that slip past the system. Condition is another silent force that controls value. A 1966 quarter that has never been used, never scratched, never damaged, and still holds an original mint luster is a completely different creature than one pulled from pocket change. High-grade examples, especially those with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and clean edges, are hunted aggressively by serious collectors and can reach prices that shock casual owners. Then there are proof-style strikes and special mint set coins from 1966 that display unusually smooth surfaces and mirror-like finishes. While not all of these are ultra-valuable, certain exceptional examples stand far above the rest. When combined with errors or extraordinary preservation, their value multiplies rapidly. This is why experts always say, never clean a coin, never rush to sell, and never assume you know its worth without proper valuation. The internet is full of exaggerated claims saying every 1966 quarter is worth millions. That is not true, and believing that can destroy trust. But dismissing the coin entirely can be just as dangerous. History proves that rare error coins have changed lives, paid off homes, funded businesses, and rewritten personal destinies. The difference between fantasy and fortune is knowledge, patience, and verification. If you believe your 1966 quarter is unusual, heavier than normal, strangely colored, misaligned, or exceptionally sharp, the smartest move is silence and protection. Do not polish it. Do not damage it. Store it safely and have it examined by a professional grading service or experienced numismatist. Authentication is the gateway that separates ordinary stories from real money. The power of this coin is not in hype, it is in possibility. Millions were made, but only a tiny number are truly special. Those few are the reason the legend survives. They remind us that sometimes value hides in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. That is why collectors never laugh at pocket change, because history has taught them better. So if you own a 1966 Liberty quarter, don't panic. Don't believe every viral claim, and don't sell in haste. Learn its weight, study its details, respect its history, and let facts guide your decisions. Not every coin makes you rich, but the right one, handled wisely, can absolutely change everything. The 1945 S. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin is not just a piece of copper struck at the end of World War II. It is a silent witness to one of the most powerful moments in American history. This coin was born in San Francisco when the world was changing forever, when nations were rebuilding, and when every ounce of metal carried meaning. That alone gives this coin a historical gravity that collectors respect deeply. But what truly makes this coin fascinating is not just its age or its face value. It is a hidden potential locked inside a very small number of extraordinary examples that most people never recognize. To the untrained eye, a 1945 S. Lincoln cent looks ordinary, something you might overlook in a jar of old coins. But history has taught collectors one powerful lesson. The most life-changing treasures often hide in plain sight. During this period, minting conditions were far from perfect. Wartime pressure, rush production, worn dies, and metal inconsistencies created rare variations that were never meant to exist. These tiny differences, invisible to most people, are the very things that can separate a common coin from a legendary one. What makes the 1945 S coin dangerous in a good way is that some versions are known for unusual mint characteristics, striking anomalies, and extremely limited survival in pristine condition. Coins with dramatic mint errors, off-metal strikes, double details, or extraordinary surface quality can rise to unbelievable levels in the collector world. This is where the dream begins, because collectors do not pay for metal. They pay for rarity, story, and perfection. When all three meet in one coin, logic leaves the room. There's a reason experienced collectors say never rush to sell an old coin without proper knowledge. A single mistake, a single careless sale, can erase a fortune before you even realize what you had. Some Lincoln cents from the mid-1940s have shocked the world when certified and revealed to be something far beyond normal expectations. These are not everyday coins, but when one appears, it rewrites lives. That is why patience and understanding matter more than excitement. The idea that a 1-cent coin could be connected to values reaching into the millions sounds impossible to ordinary people. But the coin market has proven again and again that impossibility is just lack of awareness. When a coin becomes the finest known example, or when it carries a unique error never repeated, its value is no longer controlled by price guides. It becomes controlled by desire, competition, and prestige. At that level, collectors are not buying a coin, they are buying history itself. This is exactly why people who own a 1945 S. Lincoln cent should never treat it casually. Condition alone can transform its destiny. A coin preserved without heavy wear, untouched by harsh cleaning, and still carrying its original surfaces, can stand in a completely different universe than a damaged one. Add an unusual strike or a rare mint flaw, and suddenly the conversation changes from dollars to life-changing numbers. This is not fantasy. This is how elite numismatics works. Selling such a coin without professional valuation is like throwing away a sealed treasure chest because you assume it is empty. Certified grading, expert examination, and proper authentication are the only doors to the real market. High-end auctions, private collectors, and serious investors do not chase stories. They chase verified rarity. Platforms like auctions, collector networks, and even online marketplaces become relevant only after knowledge replaces guesswork. At the same time, it is important to understand that not every 1945 S. Lincoln cent is a miracle. Many are worth modest amounts, and believing every rumor can be dangerous. The true power lies in understanding what makes one example different from a million others. The coin does not create wealth by itself. Awareness does. Those who win in this field are not lucky. They are informed and patient. What makes this coin emotionally powerful is the possibility it represents. The idea that something passed down, forgotten in a drawer, or saved without purpose could one day redefine your future is deeply human. That hope is not foolish when it is guided by knowledge. History has already shown that coins once ignored later became icons. The difference between regret and reward is often a single decision made at the right time. So if you hold a 1945 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, do not rush, do not panic, and do not let anyone pressure you into selling cheaply. Learn its story, respect its potential, and let experts reveal its truth. Whether it turns out to be modestly valuable or something far greater, the real loss would be never knowing what you truly had. Sometimes, fortune does not arrive loudly. It waits quietly in your hand. People laugh when this coin was first released, because in 1992 nobody imagined that a simple 5-cent coin could ever become a symbol of hidden power. The 1992 D. Jefferson nickel entered circulation quietly from the Denver Mint, mixed with millions of ordinary nickels, spending its early life in pockets, cash registers, and vending machines. No announcement, no warning, no sirens, and that is exactly how the most dangerous treasures are born, silently. Today, collectors look back and say this was a year when a normal-looking nickel began hiding secrets that only sharp eyes would ever notice. Let me say this slowly, because this is where people get confused and miss their chance. I am not joking. I am not exaggerating. And I am not here to waste your time. If you own a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel with the right errors, the right strike, the right metal anomalies, this coin has the power to completely change your financial reality. While most people throw it away as pocket change, a tiny percentage of these coins escape the mint with flaws so rare that collectors fight over them like sharks smelling blood. Here is what makes this coin unique and dangerous in the collector world. The standard weight of a 1992 D. Jefferson nickel is 5.00 grams, composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. But some coins came out overweight, underweight, off-center, double-struck, with rotated dies, clipped planchets, or mint errors that should never exist. These errors are not damage, they are mint-borne mistakes, and that difference is everything. One verified. High-grade error can be worth more than what some people earn in years. Now listen carefully, because this is where fear enters the room. Most people already had this coin in their hands at some point in life and spent it. They didn't check the date. They didn't check the mint mark. They didn't weigh it. They didn't examine Jefferson's face or Monticello's details. And once it's gone forever. That's why collectors say this coin doesn't just have value. It has regret attached to it. Someone, somewhere, unknowingly threw away a fortune. People ask, why is a 1992 D so special? The answer is simple but brutal. The Denver Mint produced huge quantities that year, which created the perfect storm for unnoticed errors. When millions of coins are produced fast, mistakes slip through. Most are destroyed. A few survive. And those survivors become legends. Some error nickels from this era have sold privately and at auction for prices so high that auction houses don't even advertise them loudly, because serious collectors already know. And let me be absolutely clear so nobody twists my words. Not every 1992 D. Jefferson nickel will make you rich overnight. Only rare, authenticated, professionally graded error coins have that power. But here's the part that should shake you. You don't know what you have until you check. That coin sitting in your drawer, your wallet, or your old piggy bank could be ordinary, or it could be the one that collectors dream about finding once in a lifetime. If you believe you have something special, do not rush. Do not listen to random comments. Do not sell it cheaply. You can take it to professional coin auctions. You can list it on eBay with proper certification. And yes, serious collectors even make private deals through Facebook collector groups. This is not fantasy. This is how real rare coins move hands. But without grading and verification, you are blind. And blind sellers always lose. People will try to confuse you. They will say, it's just 5 cents. Ignore them. The same people said that about coins that later sold for houses, cars, and entire businesses. History is full of objects that were laughed at before they were respected. Rare coins don't scream. They whisper, and only those who listen carefully hear them calling. So ask yourself this one question, honestly. Why are you confused? If you already have the coin, checking it costs almost nothing. But ignoring it could cost you everything. I am not telling you fairy tales. I am telling you that opportunity hides inside ordinary things. And the 1992 D. Jefferson nickel is proof of that. Look again. Weigh it. Study it. Because sometimes wealth doesn't come loudly. It comes disguised as 5 cents.